The MC that's rose to the top of the battle circuit was named it Ice Cold. You might hear about him a little later. Familiar names like brothalynchhung, Sibo, Young Meek, 666, Looney Coleon, Miss Marvelous, First Degree to DE, BG, AK-47, Crucial Point and Bueno, and many more were freestyling their way into the Sacramento spotlight.
Let me tell you something, Kennedy Burbank rap battles. It turned out to a fight. You lucky if it don't turn out to a fight. But them, that's where all the great lyricists of Sacramento really put their work in at, got motivated at, going against other entertainers in the neighborhood through different neighborhoods or whatever it was. But Burbank and Kennedy, man, they used to be the spot, homie, straight up. Rap battles, terrorizing them guys. You know what I mean? Brother Lynch. There was so many rappers back in the days that did not make it. I mean, a lot of good entertainers, man. They just, was in the gangs, went to jail, all type of different shit came into their life. But Kennedy, Burbank, rap battle.
Kevin Ice Cold was taking his battle reputation to the studio.
Rockin' lyrics galore, cause my brain was sore. I leave you chasing just in case the place is a tour. I'm so smooth, I soothe, and I don't know who could write a lyric so clear it remains a clue.
Von Thomas got a job at Geffen to launch rap, because they were the only major label that was not doing rap at that time. Von said, hey, I got this demo, we want to sign them. And it was Ice Cold, and I forgot what their name was before Funky Socialistics, but what we ended up doing was Von Thomas said, hey, I want to come down and, see you guys perform. Came down, saw, Ice Cold, Kevin, perform, and he was like, yeah, let's do it. So he sends like a 300-page contract. Kevin says, hey, can you give me Vaughn's number? And he called him, he said, look, I don't want to do pop stuff. I don't want to be the next Fresh Prince. I want to do this, very hardcore stuff that's never really been done before. That Kevin was doing, I think he's still doing. And Vaughn said, he called me up and said, I told you never to get my number out to anybody. And that's not the direction we want to go. He goes, if they don't want to be pop, this is the first time Geffen has done rap. They don't want to experiment with, cannibalistic, hardcore. They want a Will Smith. They want pop. They want happy rap. And Kevin didn't want to do happy rap. And, which, I respect him for holding his ground. He had a record contract in his hand, and he said, look, if I can't be me, then I don't want to do it. You gotta respect that. At that time, I was young. I didn't really respect it. I'm like, get the money while you can, do what you want later. So Vaughn said, hey, forget it. Call Guns N' Roses. 783, Kevin Ice Cold, brothalynchhung, and Guns N' Roses. They were all being signed at the same time.
There was a young hustler in the wind, watching and learning. His name was Dalvin Pipkins. It was Dalvin Pipkins that walked brothalynchhung and partner in Rhyme X Rated into the Black Market Records office.
While hosting that show, I actually met Brother Lynch and X Rated at a party that was going on, and we were actually there interviewing, I think it was MC Breed that night. But I met Brother Lynch at that party, and I had a studio in my house, and he said that he wanted to come by and talk about an artist that he had, a friend of his, which turned out to be X Rated.
Wow. So, in the late 1980s, Andre X Rated Brown and Kevin brothalynchhung Man okay, and Maximilian 666 Bounty Koontz had hit the scene.
He showed up at my house, and we worked out an understanding that, you know, we would do a record together. And the first record that we did would be the Psychoactive album.
They had been inspired by the Sacramento Progress and sought to have their own say in the matter. They put out underground tapes, mostly story rapping to sampled beats. Mr. Policeman was one of those first records they put together and released on their own. By the time Dalvin Pipkins introduced them to Said Singh and the Black Markets Record crew, Said had heard their talent and decided to go all in. Music producers like Funk Beta, Mike Mosley, Sam Bostic, Ace Mack, Brother Lynch, First Degree to D.E. and Hollis created the musical sound.
Money B from Digital Underground. And, you know, I've always been a fan of, you know, the hip hop that came out of Sacramento, you know, from Sibo, who's my homie. I love Mozzie, rocking right now. Marvelous is a homegirl. But I would have to say my favorite of all time would have to be brothalynchhung.
I am 90 Sacramento fan.
His beats were produced by brothalynchhung. Brother Lynch's unique producer trait was the complexity in his beats. He was sampling, often the same samples LA rappers were using, but he would use several samples for one song, making the track sound more like a hardcore collage.
This is Ice-T shooting a little drama out to the man First Degree. You know, we were fortunate enough to be on the album with brothalynchhung. So, nothing but respect to First Degree. He was on the album with me. And, you know, nothing but love to Sacramento, California, West Coast for life.
No, I want cheese on it, salt and pepper, like you always do.
That's what I said.
Yeah.